everybody. I'm just about to put this Breadmaker on, and I have given it a test out already before, and I found with the electricity here it won't bake the bread, it just flips the fuses, but it's quite good just for all the mixing cycles I found. So I'll just get things sort of underway here, and I'll hold it up just so that you can have a look at it, because we're out of frame, and I can't sort of get it into frame, so that's what it is. And of course, hi there, Sapphire, Diamonds, Pearls, thank you so much for coming by here. And I should sort of share this out, but anyways, Unpaved Explorer, hi there, great to see you, But yeah, this is my Breadmaker. Although it's a bit heavy to lift up like that. And it's a Breville electronic Breadmaker that I was actually lucky enough to get from a thrift store. And these things are generally like over $100 for this brand and model. But I got it for $7, a huge price. So I'm just going to show you how I set things up for this. So of course I have the pan out from the Breadmaker, and it'll probably go, you know, the dough cycle I'll just use, but it'll probably go for like a couple of hours. So it'll be going while I'm cooking my jam as well, because I'm going to make some strawberry jam. And I have here 12 ounces of warm water, filtered water, and it's at blood temperature or a little bit under. So I just put that into my pan here, and don't know if I can zoom this in. Just so that we're not so big here. It may not allow me to do that. It may not allow me to do that, so we'll just see what we can do with that, because I certainly don't want to be out of frame, and I certainly want to be seen. Oh, this is all just the different settings here. So yeah, I don't know if I can really zoom in much or not, so we'll just see what we can do. And if I can sort of get this set up a little, that we're sort of in frame. Just so that we don't sort of disappear here out of frame. And I'm just sort of moving things around that I'll be sort of in view here. Because I sort of need to be, you know, close to the charger. So bear with me there. Oh my, this is even worse. Just sort of got to see if I can get this to zoom. Otherwise, I might just have to flip the camera around and record from the back camera, because I can zoom that one. So I might just try that. And we'll just see what we can do there. So bear with me on that. Okay, I think we can sort of get ourselves into frame here a little bit. Luckily I've got my other device running that I can keep up with chat. And yeah, I might have to move this camera a little bit just to get things right, that we're sort of in the frame here. So who do we have here with us? Oh yes, that's great to hear. Sapphire, diamonds, pearls, you made bread. Awesome. I'm just sort of getting my camera set up here. So you just got to bear with me there a little. I'm sort of having all sorts of fun, just making sure I can get the camera okay. So you just got to bear with me on that. Oh yes, you had flour all over the creation. Yeah, I totally can understand that. Just bear with me as I just try and get this camera set up. It's not allowing me to do things right here, so you just got to bear with me on that. Oh yes, you had flour everywhere. Yeah, I can I can identify with that. Flour seems to have the habit of doing that. Funny how that is, but anyways, I hope we're sort of getting things sort of set up here, so bear with me on that. And I've got some jars in the oven, and they're on about 230 degrees just to sterilize. I did wash them, you know, a couple of days ago, but I just want to sterilize them just to be sure. And yeah, I better have a look just to see if I'm in frame here. But anyways, I put some water in here, 12 ounces of warm water into this pot. And there's a specific order for your bread maker to do it. So it's sort of recommended to do it your water first into the pan, which I have here. And then you add like your bread flour and any sugar or salt or what have you. And I will actually take this out and bake it in the oven, so I'll just do the dough cycle on that, and hopefully everything works. Don't know who's all here, so a big hello to everybody here. It's not really showing up, but anyways, never mind. So I'll just open this, and I'm using, it's an actual bread mix kit, and it comes with enough to make 4 large loaves, and it cost about $9.50 for that. And of course, as I get a bit more practiced and better, I'll actually start making some with bread flour and that from scratch. You know, measuring out the flour and everything myself. But this is a stone ground white loaf mix. So, and it's been very, very successful and really works very, very well. So I'm quite happy with that kit. I'll just bring it up and I'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully we're in frame here. I had to move my camera around that I could sort of zoom in, so bear with me on that. So then the directions tell me I've got the flour into the pan. I put the warm water in first. And then we have to make a bit of a well in the flour. I don't want to mix the water through too much, so just making a well. I can't sort of tip it towards you to show you, unfortunately. But anyways, never mind. And I have here my yeast, which came in the kit. So of course getting that out. And it recommends 1.5 teaspoons of yeast for a large loaf. So I'm just getting that out and pouring it into our flour mix into the well. And then, of course, turning on Breadmaker and menu. I want dough only. So setting that on dough only because when it bakes, I found the electrical's not very good here and it just flips the fuses. So it's just easier just to do the dough only and then to bake it in my oven. So just placing this in and putting that down and then pressing start. And it'll take about 1.5 hours or something like that for the dough only cycle. So while that's going along, I'm going to start with my strawberry jam. So I have here 1 pound of strawberries and yeah, I've had some coffee, Vanessa. I really do need more coffee, but anyways. I've got here 1 pound of strawberries and they had to be used up very quickly, so I just washed them and hulled them and all of that and stuck them in my freezer because when I had them I wasn't quite ready to make my strawberry jam. Oh yes, I've only just come on now. I decided to put it on later because the neighbours were making a lot of noise early this morning, hammering and banging and whatnot. So that wouldn't have been very good for my live stream. And then Lisa of Yogi Hollow Farm, she was going live, so I thought, well, when I sort of had my live set, you know, it would clash with her time, so I just put this one back. So I'm just getting a large pot and I've got some jars sterilising in the oven at the moment. And I'll just put my strawberries in here. Oh yeah, I've had a very bad back, Vanessa, so I didn't sort of get to do my cooking live stream last week like I was going to. And I was actually going to make this strawberry jam last week. So I put it off. And yeah, these are still rather frozen and it's stuck into the bowl. So bear with me on that. And I may just get a bit of water because I do want some water anyways, just to cook these strawberries down. So I'll get about half a cup of water, should be enough. As if I put too much water in, it's just more liquid that I've got to cook out of it. So if I just go with half a cup, and hopefully that should melt the strawberries off of the bowl as well. So just getting half a cup of filtered water, and I do want some filtered water anyway just to help my strawberries along. So I'll just put that in the bowl just to melt things off the bottom. And hopefully I can melt things off the bottom here and I can get these on and starting to cook. Yeah, strawberry jam is delicious, and I certainly do prefer the homemade. I might just give these a bit of a quick zap in the microwave because things are sticking to this bowl. Arielle-Viking. So 30 seconds in the microwave just to unstick things. I probably should have taken them out, but I sort of didn't think of it. But anyways, never mind, that doesn't really matter. But I'll get this on cooking fairly soon, and oh, thank you, Vanessa, you're too kind. Yeah, I washed my hair this morning. And hopefully I can sort of unstick things a little bit here now, and I can get these strawberries on and cooking. And oh yes, that's unstuck that. Awesome. So I'm just going to put this onto a medium heat just to get things up and boiling. And of course it'll want to oh, Connor's Curiosity. Hi there, Connor. Great to see you as well. It'll just want to melt down and boil up a little bit before I add my sugar. And I always like to soften my fruit first, if I can. And I've got here a little bowl or a little container, and I'm just going to put this in the freezer, as that's sort of always helpful to have just to check how your jam is setting. And I have here, it's a pound of strawberries. So to that I'm also going to add a pound of sugar. Oh yes, bread and jam. Well, that's why I got some bread on too, Vanessa, because yeah, I was run out of bread. And actually 4 good big loaves, like what this Breadmaker bread kit costs. Each loaf, a good loaf from the supermarket or the bakery, you're looking at about $4, $5 sort of thing per large loaf. So it does work out a little bit cheaper buying the bread kits, and it's far nicer bread. I mean, of course, we all know that you can get like $1.50 loaves from the supermarket, but that stuff's not very nice, and it's a very chalky sort of texture. I don't know what they put in it, so it's sort of best to avoid that one. And of course, the bread kit that I've got is actually all natural ingredients. I believe there's not even any preservatives or anything in it, so yeah, I'm just reading out stone ground wheat flour, non-iodized salt, malt flour, dry yeast, vitamin C, enzymes, vitamin but doesn't seem to be a lot of preservatives or anything. Oh, thank you, Connor. Yes, I certainly need those thumbs up. But yeah, just giving a look at the bread kit here. And actually, if you don't have a bread maker, it's something I would recommend just to do all the kneading and proofing cycle, just to you know, make the job a bit easier. But strawberries just starting to simmer, and oh, I love the smell of them. It's wonderful, and I haven't sort of made strawberry jam for a long time. And I'm wanting strawberry jam, and I've got to use up these strawberries, so I thought, well, I might as well make some jam and live stream that. Connor is in Texas. Oh yes, strawberry, anything is your favourite? Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is delicious, isn't it? I love strawberries, and I wish I could grow some here. I must get some and grow some. But basically I'm wanting these strawberries just to soften a little before I add my sugar. And of course I'll remind everybody, please do smash the thumbs up. We certainly need some more of those. And also please remember the links down below. There's a donation link if anybody would like to donate to my channel, which is much appreciated. Also there's a link to an Amazon wish list, and there's a membership link. I would really love to have some members of my channel, and of course once I get some members, I'm actually going to have some member-only draws from my merchandise store, and this hoodie that I'm wearing is an example of what's on my merchandise store. Hoodies, t-shirts, and a whole range of colours, not just pink of course. I also have leggings, bike shorts. I'll just show you the bike shorts I have. This is an example of the bike shorts on my merchandise store. And I found bike shorts, they run probably a size small, so if any of you are ordering off Teespring, I would, for bike shorts and leggings, I would recommend just to order a size larger than what you usually use. But I found these hoodies are probably running a size larger. Oh yes, Vanessa, yes, my channel is monetized. So that's why I can offer memberships, of course, and super chats and super stickers and all of that, because it's sort of one of those things that monetization does allow. So oh wow, that sounds great. You made strawberry preserves back in April, May, and your sweetener was honey. Wow. And just used the last jar 2 weeks ago. Wow. I think if I grew strawberries, I'd never have enough strawberries to make jam, because of course your own homegrown ones are so much nicer, and I have had them in the past. Lone Wolf, hi there Lone Wolf, great to see you. Just interesting to see who I'll get on here, because I know it's rather late for most of my viewers, so it'll be interesting to see who I get. Oh, I love the smell of these strawberries, they're just wonderful. And yeah, I'll remind everybody, if you do have community tabs, I really appreciate anybody who shares this out on community tabs and social media and the like. It'd be always great to get a few more viewers. And of course I know it's getting rather late for a lot of my usual viewers, so it's hard to say who I'm going to get here. And I should really send this out and share this out just to see who wants to come on. I don't know if Jocelyn will come on. It'd be great to see Jocelyn, of course. But she may be asleep. Which, you know, I wouldn't be that surprised, as you know, it's probably quite late in Florida, of course. I'll get this up and I should share this out. Oh yes, you'd love to move to Texas one day, Vanessa. And Texas has something for everyone. Yeah, nice to hear, Connor. Although, yeah, I can't really take the hot summers that you get in Texas, so I definitely need to move somewhere a fair bit cooler for me. And I love snowy winters and fall colours and, you know, maple trees and birches and all of that. Oh yes, great to hear, Vanessa, and yeah, great to hear Sapphire, Diamonds, Pearls. You'll be digging deep in your freezer tomorrow for strawberries you bought. Oh yes, if I could get strawberries cheap, definitely, and these strawberries are actually quite cheap. It was only $1 for a pound of them, so, but there was only the one lot left, or I would have bought more. And they had to be used up fairly quickly, unfortunately. Oh yeah, these are smelling great. Oh yes, Vanessa. Yep, that's interesting. Just seeing if I've missed anything. Oh yes, you're just going to get some toast with strawberry jam now? Yeah, that sounds great. And yeah, these strawberries are simmering nicely, so I'm just going to let them simmer away for another 10 or so minutes until they soften a bit. As I want them to be really nice and soft. I don't know if it's true or not, but an expert jam maker, she's been making jam for like about 50 years or something, told me that you really want to cook the fruit down and have it soften first before you add your sugar. So of course I'll take her word for it. And I certainly do love the smell of this. And I hope this bread maker's not making too much noise, but it's doing a really good job of kneading my bread and mixing that. Well, it's still mixing it at the moment. It hasn't started kneading. Oops, do you know what I've done? Just looking at that, you're going to giggle at me. I forgot to put the thing in. So, yeah, you're going to giggle at me. I forgot to put this thing in, so I'll just turn this off. And, yeah, I hope that I can get this thing down into it. It needs the paddle to mix it. Arielle-Viking, I wasn't really thinking, you know, just busy thinking about this live stream. So, I'll just see if I can push this down into it, and hopefully, okay, that's good, that's in. I hope I don't have a failure now with my bread. But anyway, it's getting this off, and I'll wash my hands, and hopefully this is going to work. You'll really be giggling at me at this one. A real Arielle-Viking moment, that one. And I've wasted about 10 minutes there, so, or even more, so I don't know how we're going to go with our bread now. So this could be a bit of a blooper, this one. So we'll just start again. So I think we just start again, dough setting, and but it does seem to be mixing, so we might be okay there. Oh, thank you, Connor, you're too kind. Make a good copy, yeah. I like my copy too much. I did have some this morning, so I better not have any more now. I sort of had a heap this morning. I mightn't sleep. Oh, Simply Jan Homestead. Hi there, Jan. Great to see you. I've got my bread maker on, and I'll just show you the bread mix that I've got. Oh yes, that's interesting, sapphire, diamonds, pearls, yeah. And certainly if I can see some on special like that again, I'll be buying more strawberries on special. In the past when I grew strawberries, I'd never have enough to make jam because homegrown strawberries are just so delicious. So this is the bread kit that I have, and it contains 4 large loaves, or makes enough for 4 large loaves. And of course each loaf is pre-measured out in a container like this, and you've got the yeast separate that you've got to you know, measure out as much yeast as you want. And this kit for 4 loaves cost me $9.50. I'm going to do a sourdough sometime once I sort of get more expert at things, Jan. This is just a you know, a normal bread, but it's stone ground white flour, and no preservatives or artificial ingredients in that one. And this is much nicer than the bread that you get from the supermarkets. Even the expensive loaf, where you're looking at paying like about $4 or $5 a loaf, it's much better. So and it works out cheaper, you know, at about $2.50 to $2.50 per loaf. It works out cheaper than the quality bread. Oh, Lone Wolf, I hope you feel better soon, and I hope you're healed soon, and of course thoughts and prayers are with you, and I'm so sorry to hear that you've been sick. Oh, well, that sounds great, Jan. And yes, I find this is much nicer than the supermarket bread, or even a lot of the bakery bread, unless you buy the bakery bread sort of just about straight out of the oven. Oh, Kelly, hi there, Kelly, great to see you. But I mean, of course, you can buy cheaper bread at the supermarket, but your cheaper bread at the supermarket for about $1 or $1.50 a loaf, it's I think it has a very chalky texture, and it doesn't taste very nice, and doesn't stay fresh very long, and I think it's full of preservatives and goodness knows what, and so I'd rather not have it. And of course, making your own bread like this, it actually works out cheaper than the decent loaves from the supermarket. Yes, this is the bread machine. I've got it running. The electricity in this house isn't very good, so it won't bake in the bread machine. It just flips the fuse. So I'm just using the Breadmaker at this stage until the electrician comes and fixes the breaker switches. Just doing the dough only cycle, so it'll actually like knead the dough and proof the dough and all of that, and then I'll take it out and I'll bake it in my oven, and it'll bake at about 380 to 400 degrees for 30 minutes for a loaf, and I'll just keep it in this loaf pan to do that, and then it'll be done. And yeah, this isn't the first time using it. I've used it a couple of times, of course. Haven't bought bread now since I've had it, and I'm just finding this bread, it's so much more delicious. Well, yes, it would, Kelly, yes. Yeah, I've never sort of thought of that. Yeah, maybe I should do that. I sort of occasionally will make an ASMR video, so yeah, I should do that sometime. And of course, just testing my strawberries. They're actually nice and soft, so I'm going to add my next ingredient. And I don't have any, but I'll usually put like the juice of one lemon in, but I don't have any lemons today, so I won't put any in, but it will sort of often help your jam to set. And of course, if you've got some pectin, that will also help your jam to set as well. And I've sterilised my jars, or you know, disinfected my jars, so that's all good there. And I just put them in the oven at about 220, 230 degrees for about 20 minutes, and just let them come up to heat, and just letting them defrost now. So just getting my sugar, and I've used a pound of strawberries, so I'm going to use about 2 cups of sugar. And I'm just using your everyday white sugar. So got about 2 cups of that, and I'll put that in here. And I'll just mix that through, and it'll be interesting to see how long this jam actually takes to come together. And I did put a half a cup of water in with my strawberry, so it might take a little bit of boiling out all the water, but that should be all fine. Oh yes, Kelly ASMR Eats. Yeah, you've changed your channel name again, I think, Kelly, by the look of it. Weren't you before on this new channel of yours, Okra Mukbang or something like that? And of course, Kelly's main channel, Retro Oregon. And of course, if any of my mods would like to, you know, share out a few shout outs to your own channel or everybody who's here, that's most welcome and most appreciated. As you know, we could certainly, you know, have a few shout outs. Oh yes, great to hear, Lone Wolf. And it'll be interesting to see how long this actually takes to, you know, become jam. But it does need to cook down a lot more yet. And yeah, I'll just let my jars cool down a bit. They're still a bit hot, otherwise I'd show you what jars I'm using. It's very hard to get mason jars here, and I can't sort of afford them at the moment, so all the old pickle jars that I get that have metal lids, I actually wash them, sterilise them and reuse them. And of course, you know, that's a great tip for those who don't have mason jars or can't get mason jars, you know, just to reuse your old jars, and especially if they're nice, thick, sturdy jars. And you probably want to be a bit more careful with those jars than what you do with mason jars. You know, make sure that your jars are hot. If you, you know, putting hot jam or, you know, hot food in them, before you can them. And of course, if they're cold, just bringing them up to temperature slowly and then letting them cool down slowly. Oh, strawberry lemonade, yeah. Well, I've never even thought of strawberry lemonade, Kelly. I generally don't get enough strawberries to do something like that, but yeah, it's a good idea. Also, Kelly ASMR Eats, is that what you had as retro? Oh, interesting. But yeah, strawberry lemonade would be very interesting. But I'm thinking later when my bread is done, I'm going to have strawberries and cream on my bread. But yeah, strawberry lemonade, yeah, that does sound really brilliant. And I'll just give you a look at this. Hopefully it's showing up in camera that you can have a look. And of course this will be a fairly natural jam, no preservatives or anything. So if I had a real heap of strawberries, I'd actually you know, can my strawberry jam actually, just so that it keeps a long time. Oh, basil lemonade. Now that sounds very, very interesting, Jan. I've got some basil here that I'm actually going to cook up with some ground meat later, and I've got to film that one, but I'll be filming that one tonight for my supper. A cheap and cheerful Thai style stir fry. And that one contains basil, chili peppers. I have some ground meat. It's a mixture of pork and beef. It was cheap. Green beans, a bit of Thai fish sauce, a little bit of soy sauce, all fairly basic, onions and garlic. Hugo Homestead, hi there CB, great to see you. And yeah, I've got my jam on, I've got my bread on. I'll have to take this out when it's done, and I'll actually bake it in the oven, as the electrical in this house isn't very good, and I think this sort of draws a bit too much power on the baking cycle, that it flips the circuit breakers. So I'll just cook it up in my oven. Yeah, that sounds great there, Jan. Yeah, I must try that. Fresh basil, lemon juice, mix it in a blender with ice. Yeah, that sounds really, really brilliant. I love basil, so, you know, it would be really, really, really delicious. And of course, if you're a bit short on time, you can always hurry this along a bit too to boil it a bit quicker, but you sort of have to stir it constantly when you do that. And of course, be careful that your jam doesn't catch. But yeah, this is kneading the bread up nicely, and be interesting to know, and I'd like to get one of these days, is one of those jackeries, and I I think the large Jackery would actually run the Breadmaker. Maybe if somebody from Jackery is watching, I could always give you a nice review, and of course would be interesting. And of course I'm just using here, I have a canister stove, quite cheap to run and great to use off-grid, or you know, if you lost your electricity or whatever. And of course they take these canisters, and these I can buy them cheap. They work out at about $4 for 3. So not that expensive, and if you remember to turn the gas off every time, there's a lever here that engages and disengages the gas canister. They can actually last a fair while. At a slow cook like this, I end up getting like about 3 or 4 hours of cook time out of one of these. I mean, of course, if you really put it on to high temperature and you know, crank it up, well, of course, they don't last as long. Yeah, this jam's actually cooking down quite nice. I might even test it in about, you know, another 10 or so minutes just to see how it's going. Oh, speak of that, this is just run out. Luckily I have another can here waiting. And I always like to have a few cans of these on hand. And if I can, even having a few of them in my preps box. I must have known something was going to happen with that running out, with getting this one out to show you. So I'll just put that in and we'll get it up and simmering again. And I'm just running it on about half heat because I think that's probably enough. I'm too busy looking at chat that I don't sort of really want to hurry it along and then risk having it catch. I don't know, Kelly. I don't sort of count the slices because, you know, when I'm cutting it up, they often can be rather thick slices. You know how homemade bread is. But it makes about the size of a large loaf. The tin, it's not as long as what you buy at the supermarket, but it rises a lot higher. So, you know, one slice of this one is equivalent to like about 1.5 to nearly 2 slices of, you know, your supermarket loaves. I mean, I could get a bread tin and, of course, you know, a longer one, and that would sort of make it sort of more, you know, bakery loaf or supermarket loaf size. The loaf, it works out, it's about, it'll make like a 1.5 to 2 pound loaf. You know, just at a guess. and I might just lift the heat back a bit, just so that we don't catch here, and just see if my jars have cooled down enough that I can get them out and show you. So yeah, basically this is the jars that I'll be using. And of course got plenty of jars here. I don't think I'll need all of them. So yeah, that's telling me that the first knead cycle is done on this one. I need to get a different funnel with a wider mouth for my jam making and pickling, but I can't find them at the moment, so I might have to end up getting one from Amazon. I'm just going to get my little bowl out. I'll just see how this jam is looking and if it'll set. So I just got here. The total cycle is about 2.5 hours, Jan. So yeah, this jam's still running a little bit. It's on a cold container, but it's very, very close. I think I'll give it another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll actually might be ready to bottle this jam. Oh, and I just got some on my finger and had a taste, and it's absolutely wonderful. But strawberries, you mightn't need to put a lot of pectin in. I believe they probably have a lot of natural pectin in them. But it's looking like this jam is going to set pretty well. So I'm just going to give it a few more minutes, and then I'll let it cool down a little bit and it'll be ready to bottle. I'll be waiting for a fair while for my bread before I can test my bread out. But that doesn't matter anyways. Well, basically, Jan, this jam, I haven't even put any lemon juice in. It's just strawberries, filtered water, and white sugar. But I think strawberries probably contain a lot of pectin, because, yeah, this is certainly, you know, starting to set quite nicely. And I might actually just turn this off now and let it cool down a little bit before I pour it into my jars. But yeah, it's no preservatives or anything nasty in my homemade jam, and I know it works out to be a bit more expensive than you know, supermarket jam, but making your own jam, but it's always far healthier, and you know exactly what's in it. So it's probably, you know, a better idea. So I'll just get this stove aside, because I don't think I'll be needing that again today. or not for this jam, I should say. And I want this just to cool down a little bit because my jars have cooled down a little bit now too, and I don't want to crack my jars, but I'll hold this up and give you a look. Oh wow, ground cherry jam, that sounds wonderful. And this strawberry jam, it smells unbelievable. If I had a lot more strawberries, Jan, I would actually can it. But this won't last very long, and I'll give a small jar to my church friends. So it's not going to last very long. Oh yes, absolutely, Jan. And it's one thing that I do when I can is I'll make my homemade jam and you know, also some pickling and preserving and that sort of thing. The other day I made some bacon and chili pepper jam. And oh, that'd be a week or so ago, and I actually live streamed that, so I'll just get that out and I'll show you. You can actually catch that one. I've kept the live stream up for that one, so if anybody's interested in the recipe for that, that's still up on my channel, and I live streamed that one. But it's absolutely delicious, and it's actually something you can add like a teaspoon of to your mayonnaise and making like a red pepper and bacon mayonnaise. It's absolutely wonderful. Oh, thanks, Jan. Yeah, that's it's titled Cooking Live Stream Chili Pepper and Bacon Jam, I think. Bit from a week back or so. And yeah, I just want this to defrost a bit more, so still waiting on that. Or cool down a bit more, I should say. Oh, jalapeno jelly. Oh, wow, yes, that sounds wonderful. I've never made it, but I'm definitely going to try that one of these times. Yeah, anything with bacon is awesome. Yes, that's for sure. And, of course, I do have some cream to go with my strawberry jam as well. So I might even set up to get that one sort of made and ready, I think. So just getting all my implements together for that. I mean, I can make my whipped cream while I wait for things there, for this to cool down, because I don't want to crack my jars. So and yeah, it's showing it's about, I've got another hour to go on the Breadmaker before it's ready to take out and bake. So that's all good. Just waiting for this to cool, and of course getting my cream Oh, it's over half a quart of cream here. It's rather a large one, but I'm sure I'll have quite a few slices of bread later with strawberry jam, so I'll thicken the whole lot. Well, that might be a bit much for in there. Yeah, I might just take some out of there, I think. That's probably a bit much. I might use about half of that because I'll have cream going everywhere if I try and whip that amount. I didn't realise it was quite so much. So yeah, I'll get about half of that and put the rest in my refrigerator, and I'll use that up later. And I better find where I've got my tablespoon, and I'll give it a good tablespoon of sugar, and that should be good. And I used up all my white sugar, so I'll just go with raw sugar. Oh yes, sweet and salty, yes. Oftentimes the salt will bring out the sweetness. So, just getting a tablespoon of raw sugar. Should be enough for the amount of cream I've got, I think. Oh, wow, that sounds great, Jan. Yeah, roasted some marshmallows. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, sweet and salty. I love salted caramel. Oh, hi there, Outdoors with Big Matt. Great to see you as well. So, I really need a new stick blender or immersion blender. This has got very hard, but on the switch, but never mind. I hope this thing's not too noisy for you all. Oh, Live Freedom. Hi there, Live. Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. Oh, yes, Kelly, your ledger drooling. Yes. I am thinking about this too, actually. And I sort of want to soften this, thicken this until it sort of, gets to soft peaks, not over thicken and turn it into butter, of course. Yes, whipping cream, yes, homemade whipped cream, much nicer than the stuff in the spray can. Oh, we're very close. I think this will actually do. Look at that. Oh yeah. I think this is thick enough, so I won't thicken it anymore, or we'll end up with butter or something crazy. So I'll just get rid of this stick blender, and then we'll see how this jam has cooled down and if it's time to bottle it. Or jar it, or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Oh, I want to lick the beater. Oh my, yes, I just had to lick that beater off and that cream is just perfect. And just the right amount, it's not too sweet and not too bland. So I'm going to put that into my fridge until I'm ready for it. And I've probably got a heap of you all here drooling now. Oh yes, Jan, you made homemade whipping cream the first time a few months ago, and oh my goodness, it was fantastic. Yes. I whipped some cream, I've got Breadmaker on, and I made some strawberry jam. So I had these strawberries I had to use up, so I thought, well, I might as well live stream that. This will be interesting, seeing if I can get this to pour out into the jar. Oh my goodness, this has cooked down a bit more. So I might just leave that at that because otherwise I'm not going to have many jars. So normally I'd fill this up a lot more, and half an inch of headspace. But like the other week when I made my chili pepper and bacon jam, I actually had to push it through the funnel using a wooden chopstick. Oh my goodness, this strawberry jam looks wonderful. strawberry jam or strawberry jelly. And I think I'm going to have to get some more strawberries and make some more of this next week. And actually, if I was going to can that one, I would actually, instead of putting the lids on straight away, I would get some vinegar and I'd just wipe around the lip here just in case I splashed some. And I'm afraid I've only got apple cider vinegar at the moment, so of course that's what I'd have to use. I only buy apple cider vinegar because I like to use it for my pickling and cooking and all of that. So I usually only buy the apple cider vinegar for that reason. But it certainly does look wonderful, this jam. Or you could almost call it strawberry jelly, this one, as it's really cooked down quite well. Oh yes, I'm sure. Yes, Jan. Yeah, fruit leather or fruit roll-ups. Yeah, I think that would actually work quite well, Jan. Oh yes, Kelly, you need to get your butt, get in the kitchen. Had too much tech time lately. The store shelves, very hit and miss. Some things there's no shortage, and then other things there's big shortages. And of course I do have quite a few preps on hand, just in case. I've probably got like about nearly 3 months worth of food just for myself, and of course these were cheap the other day at the supermarket, so I've got a few extra cans to put away. Every time I'm down, if I see something like this going cheap, I'll actually buy some extra and put them away. And the normal price for those, you're looking at about $4, but they were on a half price special. And of course, you know, I'll pad those out with some potatoes or some noodles or some rice or something like that. Oh, Roundup Radio. Hi there, Todd. Great to see you. Yeah, I was sort of busy cooking. I wasn't sort of seeing all who was coming in. Oh, Live Freedom. Oh, you're eating spaghetti. Oh, yes, Jan. Torturing you. Yeah, strawberry jam does that. And just waiting on this bread. I think it should be coming up to, you know, the proving cycle at the moment. So, or it might have just done the proving cycle and then did the second knead cycle. I'm not sort of really sure on that. What's everybody been up to? Oh, I wish I had more strawberry jam. But anyways, I'll definitely be making some more. I've got to look around to see if I can get some strawberries on special. As homemade strawberries are just so much nicer, or homemade strawberry jam, I should say, so much nicer than the stuff you buy. So what's everybody been up to? Oh yes, prepping. Yeah, we've definitely got to have plenty of those things on hand there live, with everything that's been going on that we can't sort of speak about too much. But I know you all know what I mean. I was going to go earlier this live, but then the neighbours were doing a lot of banging and crashing next door. I think they were hammering a fence or something, and then it was coming up to the time when Lisa was going to go live, so I just set this back, a few hours. I was on Lisa's live earlier. I don't know if she's still running or not. I sort of had to go to come here then. Yeah, what I do, Kelly, with my preps is I'll actually go through like all the canned goods and dry goods and that, checking expiry dates. And then if something's getting close to an expiry date, I'll use it up, but I'll just buy a new one of that one to replace. Oh, you got your meat birds. Yeah, I remember you saying something about meat birds in Lisa's live, I think, Jan. Yeah, unfortunate that you lost one, yeah. But yeah, that's always the thing with your preps and things that you put aside is just to go through them often, and if something's getting closer to the use by date or best before date, I'll use those things up and replace it with a new one. So I sort of have, what's in my prep boxes on a rotation. And I'm actually thinking I'm going to buy like a couple of these bread mix boxes to put in my prep box as well. And this is the bread that I'm making. It's a stone ground rustic white. It's really, really very delicious. And of course, your flour is sealed up like that. So it'd be a good thing just to keep a couple of those in your prep box. I'll just see what the best before date on this one is. It says store in a cool, dry place. And I'm just looking. Best before, well, I bought this one last week. Best before February 28, 2003. So you're looking at about a year on the best before date on that. So probably not a bad thing to keep in your preps and just keep rotating. Oh yes, Todd, you've been stocking up on dry and canned non-perishables. Yeah, I think everybody is. Oh, an espresso machine. So yeah, I don't have one of those things. I've got one of those, coffee pod machines, and I never use it. Those things are expensive, and the coffee's not really that nice anyway. I actually find, the old style percolator makes the best coffee. And speaking of coffee, I might even put one on. And I know you'll probably be interested to see what I do for coffee, so I think I might even put a coffee on actually. You've talked me into wanting coffee. How's this thing going? 38 minutes to go. Oh yes, it does seem to be proving good to see. So I'm just getting my coffee percolator out, and yeah, I'll show you that because I know a lot of you are probably interested in that. And I got this one quite a few years ago, and it was in a thrift store. Yeah, I think a percolator is best. Oh yes, all cool, Jan. So of course I use filtered water. I've got one of these Brita filters. They put all sorts of junk in your tap water here, so I always like to filter it out. So I think I put about 6 or 7 cups worth in there. I'll just have to reheat some coffee in the morning instead of making it from scratch again. And of course this has got, it's like a glass funnel that it boils up through, and a glass ring with an aluminium foil or aluminium filter thingy that goes on top and on the bottom. And so of course just adding my ground coffee. And I keep it in a big container like this, and I have a couple of those, oxygen eater sachets just sitting in the bottom of the coffee, but you just got to be careful that you don't scoop those up when you're scooping up your ground coffee. But it does sort of help to keep things fresh, so I just go with that. So I'll put this on and get it on to percolating, and I'll put my oven on to preheat, of course. It looks like we've got about 30 more minutes of this to prove before I bake it. So I'm going to preheat my oven to about 400 degrees, 380, 400 degrees, something like that. And then once this is ready, I'm going to bake my bread for 30 minutes. Oh yes, live, working on the new computer desk. Oh yes, Kelly, yours been fine. No bugs, no critters. Constantly clean when I can, and it's in bins, in dark closets, yeah. I need to get some totes. I've just got mine in some cardboard boxes at the moment. And then the boxes in a tote, but I need to get some dark coloured totes that the light can't get in. I can sort of, dispense with the cardboard boxes. I've just got the cardboard box just to make sure that the light doesn't get in on anything. So, I'm looking around for some nice dark coloured totes, because all the totes that I see here at the moment, they're all clear or translucent plastic. But of course, a tote's pretty good, just that you can sort of seal it up. And I forgot to share this thing out on my community tab, Arielle-Viking. So if anybody else has shared this out on your own community tabs, of course, that's much, much, much appreciated. Oh yes, perfect. And of course, Kelly speaking about coffee made me feel like I want some coffee, so I thought, nah, I'll put some coffee on. So just waiting for this to percolate now, and of course I want to be still running when this bread is cooked, and I want to of course still be running to have a sample of this strawberry jam. So I thought, well, I might as well put some coffee on. I'm needing it, so putting some coffee on. I wonder if any of my mods could run a few links here too. It would be much appreciated if any of you could, run the links of everybody who's here, and of course run your own channel links as well. And if you've got your own Facebook groups or Insta accounts or Twitter accounts or anything like that, please feel free to run those as well. Oh, all good, Jan. Wow, yeah, I was wondering what time it was, and I thought it's probably getting quite late. Thinking, what time zone are you in? You in Central time zone, Jan, or Eastern? I'm trying to think. But yeah, it's probably getting quite late for you, yes. And of course, those are my watches in Mountain Time and Pacific Time, of course, still getting late, but not quite so extreme. But yeah, wishing you a really, really great day tomorrow, Jan, and a great weekend. And of course, stay safe, and God bless you and Kevin. And thank you so much for coming here. I really, really appreciate you watching. Oh yes, Central Time, 12:07. Well, have a good night, Jan, and thanks so much. And of course, God's blessing to you and everybody who's come on here too. And I'm just waiting for this bread to prove, and then once it's proven, I'll bake it. And yeah, this is starting to simmer up, so I can sort of just back the heat off a little bit. Oh wow, that sounds great, Kelly. It sounds really wonderful. Yeah, it sounds great there, Kelly. And of course I'm waiting for my coffee to percolate, so I better go and get the few bits and pieces I've put in. I sort of don't use real sugar in my coffee anymore because I really should use less real sugar. So I've just got the baked sugar here. Not the saccharin one because I don't like saccharin at all. This is equal or same as equal. And I got that, well, what's that new stuff that they're all talking about? I got that stuff once and I never got it again. It was horrible. The real expensive one. I'm trying to think what it's called now. Oh, stevia. And, you know, that was really expensive and I was really quite disappointed with that stuff. So, of course, just getting some Coffee Mate. I always like Coffee Mate. I probably shouldn't use it. It's probably not that good for you, but I do sort of like it. So, you know, can't sort of help myself with that one. And actually not that many people in this country use Coffee Mate, which is sort of amazing. They just use milk or something like that. But of course I'll put some real milk in as well as Coffee Mate. I think it makes the coffee much, much, much more delicious. So who do we still have here with us watching? I know that a few are probably having to go to sleep. Oh yeah, that's starting to prove, but it's not proving quite as much as I would have liked. But I think that's my fault with the mess up earlier. Arielle-Viking. Oh yes, great to see you're still here with us live. So yeah, I may have to let this one prove a little bit more. But anyways, never mind. That's sort of what it is. And that's my fault for not putting the mixer in the bottom of the pan when I started. So it is what it is. I guess we'll just see what happens. It might end up being a fairly dense sort of loaf and a failure, which would be unfortunate, but that's, you know, my own fault with that one. Waiting on coffee. And I should have a look at this timer just to see how long it has been proving. Oh, it says there's another 25 minutes to go, so it might be just perfect when it's done, hopefully. And I think I'm definitely going to have a walk around and a stretch too, so bear with me there on that one. while I wait for this coffee. And of course, you know, that's always the thing with percolating your coffee, that it does take a bit of time. You know, the espresso machines are very quick, but I think a percolated cup of coffee or, you know, cowboy coffee is far superior. And I know some people will, even when they're making, you know, cowboy coffee, will put like a pinch of salt in, which actually does work quite well, I found. I'm just going to have a bit of a walk around and a stretch. I'll just open this door to let some breeze in. I've had a very bad week, very bad back, and I actually had to put my cooking live stream that I had set last Friday night off. So this strawberry jam is actually being done today instead of a week ago. But anyways, never mind. That's sort of how it is. But I've only just been able to, the last 2 days, sort of move with my back. So, you know, that's why I'm doing the cooking live stream for the strawberry jam, what I was going to do last week, doing that today. So I'll just go and have a bit of a walk out there and just see what's going on there, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. While this coffee brews. Well, coffee's getting there, getting there. Give it 5 minutes and I'll be pouring out a cup. I like to make sure that my coffee gets well infused. Oh, a big thank you to Todd, Roundup Rodeo. Thank you so much for sharing out this live on your community tab. I really, really appreciate that, Todd. Much, much, much appreciated, and thank you so much. And 15 thumbs up and 6 watching, so actually we're doing pretty good here at the moment. So thank you everybody who has smashed the thumbs up, and of course if somebody's here and hasn't already smashed it, please do smash it. Oh yes, popcorn effect for copy. I don't know how old this percolator is. It's all glass and aluminum, and I think it's probably quite old. I found it probably like about 3 years ago in a thrift store, and I bought it for like about $10. But it's probably worth a fair bit, and it's probably pretty old. As you know, even this handle here is glass, it's not plastic, so I'd be interested to know how old that one is. Oh yes, the popcorn effect for the coffee pot bubbling away, yes. Yes, that's so true. And a couple more minutes and I'll have myself a cup of coffee myself and enjoy it. I will also remind everybody, I have some links down below. There's a donation link if anybody would like to donate to my channel, which is much appreciated. Also, there's a membership link if anybody would like to become a member of my channel, and of course more members are always most welcome. I have a link to my merchandise store, which is on Teespring, and this hoodie is an example. Lots and lots of colours, not just pink, and lots of designs of hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, cups, glasses. I've got leggings and bike shorts. I'll just show you the bike shorts. And I'll be getting some leggings soon as well. And I'm very happy to see when I got this. Not made you know where, but made and printed in, don't know if you can see that. So that's certainly good to see, and I'm really glad to see that, because so often these print-on-demand services actually source their clothing and goods from you know where. So it's good to see that that's come from the States. And this hoodie was actually manufactured in Honduras, which is really interesting. So I'll just turn this up. I think it's percolated enough. And we'll just let things cool a little bit, and then I'll pour myself out a cup of coffee, which I could certainly do with. And I wish I had some bread already cooked that I'd get myself some jam out straight away, but I'll cook this loaf up when it's ready, and of course I'll be still running live for whoever wants to watch when I actually sample the bread and the strawberry jam that I made. So I'll just take this camp stove away, and I always keep quite a few gas canisters for this thing because it's just brilliant to use. And I've even like cooked outside with that when I've done some outdoor cooking. So definitely can be used off grid, and of course, you know, anybody on the grid, if you've got a power outage, it's often a problem. Oh, how to cook if you don't have something like that. Oh, great to hear you're still here, Todd. And of course, a big thank you to you for sharing this live out on your community tab. That's really much appreciated. So I'll just get a little bit of milk for that because I like milk and cream as well. I know it sounds a bit naughty, doesn't it? But yeah, I like to have both in my coffee. So, and I also keep always a few of the boxed milk, the high temperature milk or long life milk in my prep container. But if I can, I like to have a few of these sort of in the fridge, just for drinking here and now. Because the dairy farmer gets a little bit more from that one. So, you know, if I can support the dairy farmer and support the farmer, I'm really, you know, glad to do that. Oh yes, halfway done on new computer desk. Awesome. And of course you'll be interested to see this. I'll just show you the price of how crazy meat has gone. I bought this one yesterday because I was wanting to make a Thai style basil stir fry. But this one, they call it bolognese mince, which is ground meat. And that's a mixture of pork and beef. And this is £1 and $6.50. And actually, about the end of last year, you were looking at about $3.50 for the same size of this one. And this one is a burger mix. Pure beef, you're looking, that's now at $8 for the same size. Oh, steel and glass it is. Yeah, I can't wait to see the pictures either live. It sounds great. But yeah, your 80-20 beef, ground beef, you're looking at about $8, $8.50. And for the low fat beef, you're looking at about $9 to $10 for a pound in this country. So that's ground meat. So prices are absolutely ridiculous here. I mean, of course, you can get strawberry jam from the supermarkets, but it's certainly not as nice as what we make ourselves. And a small jar of this, of strawberry jam or strawberry jelly. The supermarket brand, you're looking at about $1.50. That's the one full of preservatives and goodness knows what. The expensive brand, high quality, you're looking probably at about $4 to $5 for a jar this size. And when I got the strawberries, I got a pound of strawberries, and they were on a huge special for only $1 for a pound, but I had to use them up fairly quickly. And ended up that I couldn't cook the jam sort of when I wanted to, so I washed the strawberries and hulled them and put them in a bowl in my freezer and froze them just until I was ready to cook them up. And of course, you know, a pound of sugar, I used a pound of strawberries, a pound of sugar and half a cup of water for this one. A pound of sugar, you're looking at about $1 for a pound. So even though the strawberries were cheap, it still cost me like $2 to make this amount of jam. And the supermarket brand of jam or jelly, you'd probably end up getting this amount for about $1.50 to $2. So it does probably cost a little bit more to make your own, even if you can get the fruits on special. But of course, if you grow your own fruits, well, you don't have to worry about that. And once I move to the States, I actually want to live somewhere off-grid, you know, like a small farm or a woodland area or something like that. And I certainly would be growing a lot more fruits and vegetables of my own, and, you know, just having a few meat birds, maybe a pig, maybe, you know, a couple of goats and that sort of thing. Trying to raise a lot of my own food. And it's pretty difficult to do that here where I'm situated, as I'm living at the outskirts of a city where you're not allowed to have like chickens, and I'm at a rental, so, you know, it makes it doubly difficult to garden and to have, you know, meat animals and that sort of thing. And especially when we could sort of get asked to leave any time. So how to take, you know, your garden and everything with you and find a new home for them can be quite a difficult thing. Oh yeah, this coffee is good. I do have some garlic planted out in the garden, but I've tried some in a pot just to see if it worked. Gail had a challenge of Gail Southern Living of weed container growing, so I'll just get my garlic and I'll show you how that's growing. I've had 2 plants die, but I've still got 4 in this pot. And it's growing away nicely. And of course, what I've got out in the garden, it's not growing quite as quickly as this, but it is growing. And of course, my chili pepper plant, which I've got some chili peppers on, and I'll be using some of those later. I've got some nice ripe ones. When I make my stir-fried beef and basil, and when I was down at the shops yesterday, those small bullet peppers, Asian bullet peppers, they were selling those for $15 a pound. So really quite expensive. And yeah, I'm really still waiting for my bread. I want to try some of this jam. And of course I've got some fresh whipped cream to put on it as well. So it should be a wonderful taste test there with that one. So who else do we have here with us, and what's everybody been up to during the week, and what's everybody got planned for the weekend? Oh yes, this is nearly done here. Be ready to put into the oven soon. Oh yes, it has proven up not too bad. I would like it to prove a little bit more, so I might even put it in a warm spot for 5 minutes, just to make sure it does prove up a bit more. But we will get a nice loaf, and at least it is proving. So I think about another 5 minutes for this to prove, and then I'll actually put it in my oven, and I'm going to bake it for 30 minutes in my oven at my oven set on about between 380 and 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I found that temperature works pretty well for this loaf tin and for this bread mix, so I'll go with that. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to having a piece of this bread and some jam. Yeah, this jam's still warm, but it's set sort of the way I like strawberry jam. I could have taken it a little bit further and had it set harder, but I don't like it to set too hard because then it gets rather hard to spread. So this is probably about the perfect amount. So it sounds like the bread cycle or dough cycle is finished, and I'm going to bake it in the oven because the electric's not very good here, and it sort of flips the circuit breaker when you bake with this one. Oh, actually looking at this, it's risen up pretty good. So, yeah, I might just give it 5 minutes in a warm spot near the oven, and then I'll put it on. Because, yeah, I just want it just to, you know, rise up just a little bit more. I'll give it another 5 minutes, I think. And of course, while I'm waiting, I want some more coffee. Oh yeah, this is still hot enough, so I don't think I need to give it another zap. So that should be good. Thing is, I like coffee too much, which I know probably a lot of you would giggle about that one. I rarely drink tea actually. I'm more likely, if I'm having tea, it'll be like a cold tea, a cold sweet tea. I sort of much prefer coffee or chocolate. Probably don't need to put quite as much milk in this one because it's cooled down a little bit. I'll put this aside. You could also can this one, water bath can it, just to keep, help keep your jam for longer. But that amount of jam, I'll eat it up pretty quickly, so I'll just put it in the refrigerator and it'll probably be gone within 2 weeks. As I love homemade jams and jellies, and they're just so much more delicious when they're homemade. Much more delicious. So just letting this bread, I'll let it prove a little bit more and then we'll be into the oven with it. Oh yeah, this jam, it looks wonderful. And hopefully we get a heap watch hours and a heap of views out of this, but I guess we'll just see what happens because I know it's pretty late for most of my viewers. So who do we have here still with us? As I know probably quite a few of you have had to call it a night and go to sleep as you're probably getting quite tired, and I know Jan was saying about 40 minutes ago that it was midnight where she is in Central Standard Time, in the Central Zone, so of course, for those of my viewers in the mountain time zone, it's coming up to midnight for you, and coming up to 11 p.m. for those in the Pacific zone. So, you know, of course, it is getting rather late for a lot of you. It'd be interesting if any of my UK viewers come on as they wake up in the morning, because I guess it's probably like, I'm trying to think what time it would be in London. I'll have to Google that. I think it was would have been about 4 or something, 4:30 a.m. when I started. So we're probably looking, oh, 6:44 a.m. So coming up to 7 a.m. for any of my viewers who would be in the UK. So we might get to see some of my UK viewers come on, and it would be really, really great to see you people come on. Great to see you're still here live. Great to see. I don't know if Todd's still here. He might have had to go and do something, or he might have fallen asleep. As I think Todd might be the central zone as well, from memory, so it's probably getting quite late there. Central or Eastern, I'm trying to think, Todd. If you're still here, Todd, you'll have to enlighten me. And I'll just see how this bread is proven. Oh yes, Live, you're East? Yeah, I wondered where you were too, Live, if which part of the States you were in. Oh yes, I think this bread's proven up enough. I would have liked to have risen a little bit more, but this will be fine. And I'll put this into my oven just to bake for, I think I might do it for 25 minutes, because other times I've baked it for 30 minutes, but it's risen up a lot higher at those times. So I'll put this in to bake, and I'm certainly looking forward to that one being ready. I don't know where my normal cooling rack's got to, so I'll just use this rack here that I made just for roasting. It'll do the same job, just to you know, get it up, some air can circulate around. Oh yes, Todd's in Central. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if he was. I thought he was in Central, but I wasn't quite sure. And of course, Connor, who was here earlier, he's in Central. I believe, yeah. Yeah, didn't he say he's East Texas? So yeah, that'd be Central. Because I know there's a few states that sort of straddle a couple of time zones, so it's sort of hard to keep up at times. Whereas in this country, the state borders, you know, east or west state borders correspond with the different time zones. So bread on baking, and I've put it on for 25 minutes at this stage at it's actually about 390 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven. And I would have baked in this Breadmaker, but it sort of uses a bit too much current and blows the circuit breaker switch when it goes onto the bake cycle. So it really needs somebody to repair the electric here, but you know, whether that will happen. And I'd love to get a Jackery, actually, you know, one of the big Jackeries, you know, the 2000 watt Jackery, and would love to try, you know, Breadmaker out on one of those. And of course, you know, a Jackery would be quite handy for me. Excuse me. When I want to do different off-grid things. I mean, I do use the canister stove a lot, and actually the gas stove down here that's on the gas mains doesn't actually work anymore, to tell you the truth. So of course having the canister stove is really, really very, very useful. And of course, you know, I could care less that the gas stove's not working, because the cost of the gas bill here, I don't mind not having to pay the gas bill because it's not working. So of course, you know, only paying the gas bill for electric hot water. So yeah, just waiting on my bread now, and I know there's probably one or two just waiting to see me bring that out and just waiting to see how that looks. And I'm certainly waiting to have a taste and a sample of this strawberry jam. So I'm looking forward to that, of course. I should check to see if I've got my butter out too. Oh yes, I do have that. Glad to see that one. Oh, I can just start smelling this bread. Oh, wonderful. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. And of course you don't get involved by breadboard out and everything while I'm just waiting for things to finish cooking. And I know there's probably a few of you waiting just to see the finished results too. And yeah, we've been running 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we'll probably end up with, I don't know, 2 3/4 hour live stream, I guess. Or maybe even 3 hours. And we probably would have been winding up sort of in another 10 minutes if I didn't sort of have the mess up and Arielle blur with not putting the mixer attachment in the Breadmaker when I started. So it is what it is anyways. And I think that's probably why my bread didn't sort of rise up quite the amount of what it normally does, because you know, things didn't quite mix as I would have liked right from the start, and the water probably got a little bit cold, you know, before it was mixed through properly and before it went on to the first proving cycle. But, you know, quite interesting this just for people who don't have bread makers, and if you're ever thinking of getting one, definitely worth getting. And, you know, I'd love to just see if I could run one of these off a jackery, because it certainly makes, you know, making your own bread a lot easier. And even if you bake it off yourself in the oven or whatever. And you can always make a heap of bread dough and then, you know, seal it up in plastic bags or saran wrap or something like that, and freeze it, and then, you know, just take out some every so often and, you know, just let it defrost and prove it again to make, you know, bread rolls or pizza crusts or, you know, loaves, or you could even take it out with you to camp if you wanted to cook, you know, some bread in the camp oven. Have some frozen dough that you take out and then just, you know, let it defrost and approve, and then bake it in your Dutch oven. It would be quite a good idea as well, I think. Kelly, you still here with us, or have you gone to sleep? Kelly ASMR Eats, and of course she's got a really, really wonderful channel, so please do check her out as well. Live, I'll put you in blue as well. So if you ever want to run your own channel links or friends' channel links, please do so. So I've given you a wrench. So please do feel free to, you know, run your own channel link, or if somebody you'd like to shout out, you can run theirs as well. Oh, you're most welcome, most welcome. And yeah, I was sort of busy cooking and that, so pretty slack with running links today myself. And of course, being, you know, on one of these things and not running back to the computer to do it, I don't sort of really like sharing links on these things. It's sort of much easier on the computer. But, you know, I don't sort of have a laptop that I can sort of take around with me. I've got one of those big old desktop replacement computers. And it runs Windows 8, so, you know, that's telling you how old that thing is. So, yeah, I actually just used the screen for editing, and I, you know, screen share or, you know, decks from my phone actually for editing and that sort of thing. And I just sort of, you know, set tabs and end screens and, you know, all the other stuff that you do on Creator Studio on the computer. but the actual editing I do on the phone, but I just screencast onto my TV for the large screen or onto the computer for the large screen, just so that I can see what I'm doing. And yeah, I'll just have a bit of a look at this bread through the oven door and just see how it's coming along. And it's looking like we've got about another 15 minutes until it's done. So certainly looking forward to that. So yeah, who else do we have here with us? Oh, this is showing 8 thumbs up now, and it was showing 15 earlier, so I don't know what's going on there. Anyways, funny things happen with YouTube, of course. Always funny things happen with YouTube, so you never know. But anyways, it's what it is. And I guess in 10 minutes' time it'll show a different figure. And we're just on 5 p.m. here now, so of course, you know, after I'm done here, I'll have to think of cooking and filming my supper. Oh, an alert's going off. Always seem to get a few of those. Keeps things interesting. Oh, Vanessa, great to see you back here. Yeah, I thought it might have got a bit late for you and you might have gone to sleep, actually. I'm just waiting on my bread to finish baking, and then we'll have a taste test. And yeah, got some jam here. I got, I wish I had more strawberries and I would have made a lot more. I've got that one and that one, and it's absolutely looking wonderful. So I'm looking forward to having a taste test of that one. And of course I've got some whipped cream that I whipped up as well that I'll have with it. Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. So, you know, I whipped some fresh cream. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. You know, strawberry jam on fresh bread with freshly whipped homemade cream, just brilliant. Yeah, it certainly does look delicious. I'm hungry already just thinking about it myself. So I'm just sort of waiting on this bread to finish, and then I'll be having a taste test. Give me a couple of minutes. I've just got to go and visit the restroom. Oh, my bread's getting close. I think we'll give it another 5 minutes and it should be all good there. Yeah, I did enjoy my cup of Java there, Vanessa. I might have to make myself another cup of Java, I think. And yeah, I actually, when I lived in Jakarta, Indonesia, that's actually situated on Java Island. And of course, if you can get Indonesian coffee, it's absolutely wonderful. And I've personally found the best coffees come from Southeast Asia. Wonderful coffees from Indonesia and of course, quite a few wonderful copies from Vietnam, all through that region. So really, really brilliant copies from those places. I'll just go and have another peek through the oven door, and I'll just the oven window and see how this bread is going. It's getting very close. And we've been running 2 hours and 36 now, so we'll end up having a 3-hour live stream, I think. And if I didn't make a mistake right at the start with the Breadmaker, we probably would have been finished already. But anyways, never mind. I guess it all ends up being watch time. So who do we still have here watching with us? And of course I know quite a few people will probably run this one after the event. So a big, big thank you for anybody who runs this after the event. And of course, after I'm finished this one, I'll actually get on to Creator Studio and just chapter it up just to, you know, make things a little bit easier for the viewers who run this later, if you want to catch the recipe for the strawberry jam, or see the highlights of me bringing the bread out, or any of those things. So I will chapter this up later. Oh, thank you, Live, thank you so much. Getting very close to getting my bread out, and of course, I'll have to let things cool down for a couple of minutes before I can handle it, and then we'll have a taste test, which I'm really, really looking forward to, of course. And this bread is smelling wonderful, so I'm glad for that. And I'll, of course, while the bread's cooling, I'll get another cup of Java on. I think a coffee will be just brilliant with some fresh bread and fresh strawberry jam and fresh whipped cream. It'll be just wonderful, I think. So I think we might be pretty close here. A couple of minutes and I'll be getting this bread out. And then we'll get ready for a taste test. Oh, and I see somebody else has come on, so you're all probably drooling at fresh bread and strawberry jam and all of that, so we'll have that out very soon. Just waiting on the oven bell to ring and say that we're finished, and that should be very, very soon. And of course I can smell the baking bread here, and it's just, making me hungry. And I remind everybody, please smash the thumbs up if you haven't already done so, as we can certainly do with a lot more of those. I'll just go and check my bread again. It must be about done. I didn't hear the bell go, but it's got to be about done. And yeah, I think I can get it out. Oh, there's the bell. Yeah, it certainly looks good. So and I'll just give it a tap on top because yes, a nice hollow sound. So it sort of sounds like it's done. So I'll just see if I can get this out of here and give you all a look at the loaf. Oh yeah, that looks brilliant. So I'll just flip that over that it doesn't sort of crush the top. And we'll let this cool down for a couple of minutes. And then we'll have a taste test. But yeah, I better get another cup of Java on. But it's certainly looking wonderful. So just holding this up to give you a good look at the loaf, and it's looking absolutely brilliant and delicious. So it's just going to go so well with my strawberry jam that I made up earlier and a cup of Java. And of course, you know, the Java has cooled down a little bit, so I'll just give it a zap up. So Java on, and just waiting on this to cool down a little bit. Otherwise, when it's really smoking hot, it's pretty hard to cut off a slice. So just let it cool down a little bit, and then I'll get a slice cut off. So who do we have with us at the moment? And yeah, I think this thing might have refreshed, which it seems to do when you've been running a couple of hours. So it seems to buffer for a minute and refresh. So if you're just new here, please say hello and let yourself be known. And please give a big thumbs up, as I certainly could do with more of those. course, this loaf of bread is smelling absolutely wonderful, and I love fresh bread. And, you know, freshly baked bread that's, you know, made at home or a bakery shop is just so much nicer than anything from the supermarkets. Funny how that is. Just getting my Java, and then I'll slice into this bread and we'll just see how it looks. So, you know, it should be absolutely brilliant. Oh, we got 5 watching now. Brilliant. But yeah, I think the fresh bread and the fresh strawberry jam and fresh cream, it's sort of bringing everybody along and everybody out. Which I could certainly understand. So just got some Java here now. Oh, this is still rather hot, but I'll just see if I can slice a piece off anyways. As I'm wanting a taste test. Oh, it certainly looks wonderful. And I'll have a mouthful of this coffee, and I'll hold this slice of bread up to show you all. I normally would have let things even cool down a bit more than this before I cut into it, but I don't want to keep everybody too long. But it certainly does have some wonderful texture, so hopefully you all saw that. And I'm going to put some butter onto this. I don't really like margarine very much, so I try to have butter as much as I can. I've never seen it here, but I've seen it in other countries. You can buy canned butter for your preps, and I'd love to be able to find that one, as it would be just brilliant. So just spreading some butter on here, and I'll get some of this jam out, and I'm going to just put some jam on here. And this jam is set perfectly just the way I like it, so that's brilliant. So just getting a good amount of that. And of course I'll spread the jam over, and then we'll put some cream on and get ready for a taste test here. Oh, this strawberry jam, it's a wonderful colour. And I'll just go and I'll hold it up and I'll show you how this is looking, because I know you're probably all interested to see. And of course I'll get a good spoonful of freshly whipped cream onto this. Oh wow, now this looks wonderful. So I'll get this here again and I'll show you all. Oh wow. So who do we still have here with us too while we're still live? Well, I'm just thinking, do I need to cut this? But yeah, I'm just going to take a bite, I think. I think whatever I do, I'm going to make a mess, so I might just cut a piece off, I think. Oh, yummy. Oh wow, this is wonderful. Oh, we could mukbang this one, couldn't we, huh? Oh, absolutely wonderful. But we'll let things run another 5 minutes and then we'll call it a day here. So I'll give everybody a chance just to, you know, say hello, goodbye and all of that. Anybody who's come in. But of course, you know, homemade bread and homemade strawberry jam, it's just absolutely wonderful. Yeah, Kelly, sure is. It's absolutely yummy, yes. Fresh bread like this with homemade strawberry jam and, you know, freshly whipped cream. It's just absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I think they're a really, really useful piece of equipment, Kelly. And even if you want to make bread dough or, you know, pizza dough or anything like that, or bread rolls, you can use just the dough setting and, you know, cook it off, finish it in your oven or what have you. So I think they're really useful. And the useful thing is that they'll do all the kneading and they'll prove the dough. And I know quite a few of my sourdough making friends. Be worth looking into. I'm sure you could Google sourdough recipes for bread makers too. That you know that you could get them just to prove your sourdough. I'm sure. And yeah, I should hold this up to show you the loaf if you missed that one, Kelly. And if you missed this one, Todd. So just where I cut the end off here and, you know, the end that I'm eating, it's really, it's done a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. So, you know, I'm really, really glad with how this bread maker's worked out. And yeah, I better show you this piece up close because if you've just sort of come back in, you mightn't have seen it. Yeah, probably got you drooling too, Todd. Oh yes, got you drooling there, Kelly, by the look of things. Oh wow, this is absolutely wonderful. And I know we've got everybody hungry here. Okay, well, I'll cut things off here, and I know a lot of you are wanting to get to sleep. And I'm going to thank everybody who's watched here and wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care. God bless. And until next time, bye-bye.